I know firsthand how hard it can be to get your Etsy listings actually ranking in search so that they're visible to shoppers. With tons of sellers and listings on Etsy, it can sometimes feel downright impossible to rank high in the search. Well, I'm here today not only to tell you that it is possible, but to give you 6 quick and easy things you can do today in your shop to increase your listing's likelihood of ranking in the Etsy search results. These are 6 highly practical and actionable steps that directly affect the algorithm's ranking process, and I'm about to lay them out for you so you can have some quick Etsy wins. So let's get to it. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So glad you're here. If it's your first time here and we haven't met yet, I'm Kate. I'm a wife, mama, Etsy seller, and business coach, and I'm here to help you start and scale your online business so that you can make a full-time income doing what you love. So like I already mentioned, today I'm giving you 6 quick steps of things that you can do in your shop that'll give you a quick boost in terms of ranking on Etsy. So let's dive in. So the first 2 tips I have for you directly affect your shop's customer and market experience score. There are 7 main factors that go into Etsy's ranking process, and your shop's overall score, which is called the customer and market experience score, is one of those 7. So these first 2 tips are going to help you quickly boost that customer and market experience score, therefore boosting your overall shop in the search results. So this first tip is that you want to have as many 5-star reviews as possible. The more 5-star positive reviews you have on your shop from your buyers, the more your shop's overall score will increase. Now, some buyers will just automatically go on, they leave reviews for everything they buy, but most of the time people forget after they make a purchase, and they may need a reminder or 2 that they can go on and leave you feedback in the reviews. It's totally okay for you to give a friendly reminder to leave a review for your shop as long as you're not being spammy and sending multiple messages. Customers can leave reviews for their purchases up to 60 days beyond the time that their order was processed. So if you haven't been doing this, you can totally go ahead and start now and start messaging your buyers after their order has been delivered or after they've received it to ask them to leave you a review. Now, if you have orders that you haven't done this for beyond 60 days prior, of course, the time has passed for them to leave a review. So for now, just go 60 days back and go through the orders that have come in the last 60 days, the ones that have been processed, and you can click through to message that buyer personally on Etsy to send them a conversation and not just make it about the review, but start with something like checking to make sure that they received their order, that it was intact, not damaged, that they were pleased with their purchase, and if there was anything else you could do to serve them. Putting your customers' needs first and genuinely caring about them will only serve you in getting that 5-star review. So when you send that message, you can lead with that and say something like, "Hey Ashley, I was just checking in to see that you received your order and that you were pleased with your purchase. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to serve you or make your experience a pleasant one." And then follow it up at the end with something like, "If you were pleased with your purchase, I would be so grateful if you would go onto our shop and leave us feedback through a review. This really helps our small business." And then give them some brief instructions on where they can find this if they don't know yet. Say something like, "You can leave us a review by accessing your past purchases on your Etsy account." Now, the key here is to be really friendly, not to be pushy or spammy at all, but only send one follow-up message. If they don't leave you a review, oh well, but most of the time people will be happy to leave you feedback and leave you a review if you do this. Before you know it, those 5-star reviews will start stacking up and boosting your overall customer and market experience score. All right, tip number 2 also boosts your overall shop score, and that is having your About section and your Policies section on your shop thoroughly filled out. Simply by having these 2 sections filled out on your Etsy shop, your SEO gets a huge boost when it comes to ranking. Now, we're talking a lot about the ranking process today and how to best optimize your listings to show up on the Etsy search. And I quickly wanted to let you know that we do have a free Etsy success guide that you can access that lays everything out step by step for you and gives you information if you're just starting on Etsy or wanting to grow your Etsy shop of things to focus on as you're building towards success. That free Etsy guide is linked in the description below if you want to access that after you watch this video. Okay, moving on to tip number 3, and this is to add in trending keywords for the month or seasonal and holiday related keywords to your SEO. The first step to find out what keywords are trending for the month is to go to eRank, and on their blog, they have an article titled Top Trending Keywords on Etsy. They update this article month to month to show what that month's top trending keywords were for the Etsy platform and what were the most searched terms that people looked up on Etsy. It's great to stay in the know about what keywords are the top trending ones so that you can implement some of this in your SEO, which would be your tags, titles, description, if any of them are relevant. Obviously, you don't want to include any of them that aren't relevant to what your product product is, but there might be something that you hadn't thought of before that you could use as a keyword that would be relevant to what you're selling. I'll link that eRank blog article in the description below if you'd like to take a look at that. And the second part of this tip is to look at seasonal or holiday keywords and switch them out throughout the year for the next upcoming holiday or season that your products could sell for. So for instance, if Christmas is coming up and your gift would make a great gift for a mother, let's say, you could possibly use the keyword phrase Christmas gift for mom. Now, of course, you also want to have some more specific keyword phrases. You don't want all of these big, broad ones, but including a few of these highly searched, big, broad, seasonal keywords can have a positive impact for the season that's coming up. Now, one key to remember here is that if you're going to use these seasonal and holiday keywords in your SEO, you want to make sure to keep on top of switching them out throughout the year so that you don't still have Christmas gift for mom in your title in May. Your product may not be relevant for every single holiday, but think of the ones coming up that it is relevant for and plan ahead to have those keywords in your tags and titles and description. This will help increase your listing's likelihood to be ranked because of relevancy. Relevancy is one of those 7 factors that we talked about that the Etsy algorithm uses in the ranking process, and relevancy really comes down to how closely your keywords in your tags and titles and description match the query that the shopper has typed in. The closer the match, the more relevant your listing is considered for that shopper. Now, speaking of keywords in description, that is our tip number 4, to weave your keywords into your listing's description. Now, this is something relatively new that Etsy just announced a few weeks ago officially. It's been something that people have talked about for years. Does the description matter in terms of SEO officially? Does the Etsy algorithm look at your description and search it for keyword phrases for SEO purposes, or only the tags and titles? And up until now, the focus has really only been on tags, titles, categories, and attributes. But a few weeks ago, Etsy officially announced that it's now using the description as well. So if you haven't yet, you want to make sure to go back through all of your existing listings and weave in your keyword phrases that you've used in your tags and your titles into your description as well. Now, you want to make sure to do this as naturally and organically as possible. You don't want to just have like a list of your keywords in your description. That's keyword stuffing, and that doesn't work. You want it to be naturally woven into what's already in the description. So let's say one of your main keyword phrases is chunky knit blanket. You might naturally weave it in by saying something like, this gorgeous chunky knit blanket makes a perfect gift for her. Then you would continue in your description in a really conversational way that's really readable and understandable with your keyword phrases strategically placed in the middle. The more Etsy's algorithm can match the same keyword phrases in your title, tags, and description, the more that listing will be considered relevant and shown higher in the searches for that phrase. All right, we're about to move on to tip number 5, but if you're getting value out of this video, would you hit that thumbs up button for me? That really helps our channel, and consider subscribing to the channel. We release new Etsy content every single week for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and we're actually in production for our first Etsy Success course. It's a comprehensive A to Z online course for all stages of Etsy sellers on how to start and grow your Etsy business to success. This is our Scale Your Sales Academy, which we are super excited to launch at the end of this month at the time of filming. If you're watching this later, I'm sure we'll be launching it again. But if you're interested in getting more information about this course as we get closer to launch, you're more than welcome to hop on our Scale Your Sales waitlist. The link for the waitlist is in the description below, so you can do that after watching this video, but you can hop on the waitlist to get those updates and to get exclusive content as we get closer to opening enrollment for the course. Signing up for that waitlist doesn't mean you're signing up for the course, it just means you're signing up for updates. But if you are on that waitlist, you'll be receiving some content that nobody else is getting, as well as being the first to know when the doors are going to open. So make sure to click the link below to sign up. Okay, tip number 5 is to fill out all of your relevant listing attributes. So you'll see when you go to create a listing, there is an attribute section, and all of those fields are optional, so it's easy to skip over. But I would encourage you, if there's any that are relevant to your product, not to skip them over, but to actually fill out as many as you can, because those attributes actually act as additional tags for SEO purposes, and they give you more places to be found. Let's say if the shopper is searching by filter and chooses blue, then if you have blue set as one of your attributes, you're more likely to show up in that filtered search. We want to utilize as many places in our listing that will give us chances to be discovered by the algorithm using those keywords and keyword phrases. And finally, tip number 6 is probably the best one, and this is to do a big flash sale. So we talked about relevancy and your customer and market experience score. Both of those are 2 of the 7 ranking factors. This one affects a third, which is your listing's quality score. As opposed to the other score, which is more of like an overall shop score, this one is specific to that listing, and the more sales you accrue on that specific specific listing, the higher the listing quality score becomes and boosts that listing in the Etsy search results. Etsy's algorithm works hugely on sales volume, so the more sales you get on a listing, the higher it ranks. All of those 7 ranking factors are important, but in my experience, the listing quality score and the number of sales on a specific listing seems to be the most important. This is just in my experience, but sales volume seems to be the thing that really can move the needle when it comes to ranking. So what do you do to get more sales? Of course, beyond the basics of having a killer product, an irresistible offer, the right price point, great photos, great SEO, all of those are basic elements that are necessary for making sales. But beyond that, I'm talking more the marketing side. What do you do when you have all of that in place and people just aren't able to discover you? It comes down to marketing and promotion. So one thing I love to do marketing-wise is to offer a really quick flash sale that's a really high discount for a really small window of time. This might be something like a 50% off for the next 24 or 48 hours. Offering that big of a discount gives an irresistible offer, and offering it only for a short time creates urgency. Then once you've decided what your flash sale is going to be, of course, you want to blast it out everywhere you can, including all of your social media platforms, your email if you have an email list, your friends, your family, just by word of mouth, maybe in Facebook groups that allow that kind of thing, but you want to just think of everywhere that you can promote this and get the word out about this sale. Another great thing to do to promote this is to go live, so you can go live on Facebook or Instagram, wherever your platform is, to just give another element of announcing this huge sale. Now you may be thinking, well, Kate, I can't really offer that big of a discount. I can't offer 50% off. I'll be losing out on the financial side of things. But in my opinion, there's been so many times when I have been willing to lose out a little bit, or at least to break even for the sake of getting some sales on a listing. A listing will never start to rank unless it starts getting some sales. So in my opinion, it's worth even just breaking even for a little bit if you need to on a few transactions to get some sales on that listing and get some momentum boosting it in the search results. Because eventually, if you can do that, it'll start to rank higher and higher, organically bringing in more sales for you, which you can then profit on at full sales price. So I hope these 6 tips were helpful for you to just give you some quick and easy steps that you can take today to increase your listing's likelihood of ranking in the Etsy search. If you have any questions on any of these, make sure to comment below, and also don't forget to sign up for our Scale Your Sales waitlist if you're interested in getting more information on our comprehensive Etsy program. And don't forget your free Etsy success guide, which is also linked below. Now, we've talked a lot about ranking and SEO in today's video, so if you're interested in taking a deeper dive into what SEO actually is on Etsy and how the algorithm works, I'm going to link a video here. You can just click or tap on the square on the screen right now, and it'll take you over to my Etsy SEO video, which will give you all the details of how to optimize your shop and listings to be shown in the Etsy search results. Bye, friends.